Hello and good evening. My name is Robert Aguirre. I'm the Director of Recreation and Community Services. I want to first start off by thanking Fred's family for being here today with us and joining us on this great occasion. We're here today to honor and celebrate former council member and former Mayor Pro Tem Fred Sornoso and honor him with a tree memorial. The tree memorial program was started as a way to signify and recognize someone that has made a significant and positive impact on the Monterey Park community. And I think we can all agree that Fred Sornoso definitely made a huge and positive impact on this community. I do want to share that I did choose this tree very specifically because, one, it's in Fred's district. I saw the grandness of it and knew that this was a tree that was strong, was going to be here for a long time. It also, as you'll know, it overlooks baseball field. We all know Fred was passionate about baseball and the Dodgers, and that's why a lot of folks here today are wearing Dodger blue. And then also, to my right, there's going to be a brand new playground that's going to be built here in the next year. So I figured, you know, it's going to be a great place for folks to come. They're going to recognize the baseball field. Kids are going to come and play and be happy and joyous, and they're going to see this plaque that was dedicated to a wonderful man. So now at this time, I'd like to take time to introduce our mayor, Jose Sanchez, and allow him to speak as well. Mayor Jose Sanchez.
I brought my daughter with me. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Robert's really tall. Good afternoon. My name's Jose Sanchez, as Robert mentioned, and I'm the mayor of Monterey Park, but I also happen to represent District 3, which is where we're at, and I replaced Fred after he left us. So it's a pleasure to be here in honor of former Mayor Pro Tem Fred Sornoso. And it's only fitting that we, and I know Robert talked about this, it's only fitting that we chose this location and this tree and this park. I mean, it's the only park in our district anyway, but as a location to commemorate Fred Sornoso. Fred left quite the legacy. I should know because I hear about it all the time. I replaced Fred. Fred was known for being a caring steward of this community, constantly championing community cleanups, including, and I thought this was one of the most striking stories that I heard about Fred as I became mayor and represented this district. He would drive around this district in his truck and pick up grocery carts to keep his community clean. That's how dedicated he was. We all know that he was an avid fan of the Dodgers. That's why we're all dressed in blue here today. And so it only was fitting that we select our first MPK Dodger night in honor of Fred. And I hope that becomes a tradition that we continue every year and that we rename it as Fred Sornoso Night at the Dodger game. Yeah. I know many of us were there, and it was we had a whole section for Monterey Park, which was great. And the Dodgers won, of course. But everyone who knew Fred knows that his love for his community, for Monterey Park, ran really deep. Historically, trees have been used by people to commemorate and honor the sacrifices that people have done for their communities. So I can imagine that trees, and in this case for Fred, and I'm glad you selected this tree and that you pre-selected it, will be here for a very long time. This is one of the parks that my daughters, and for those of you guys who know, I have 3 daughters, a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, and Mia, who thought she was thinking she was gonna sing the national anthem for us here today, but she's not. She will, and her kids will see this plaque here for Fred, and it will be a long-lasting memory for the dedication and service that he did to this community. So I think it's only fitting that today we not only commemorate this plaque here for Fred, but we commemorate this day as Fred Sornoso Day. And so thank you so much for being out here today. And I want to thank the family who's out here today for Fred and his legacy, and make his legacy continue to live on deep in this community. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our Mayor Pro Tem Thomas Wong to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor Sanchez. And I just wanted to very quickly offer and echo what the mayor and Robert have said as well, and the staff, to thank you to both Fred's family for sharing Fred with us, with the city, for years, and for all that he has done and contributed. I'm proud and excited to be here to unveil we already know this tree is going to be his, but unveil the plaque that's going to note that this is in remembrance and in celebration of Fred's life and his contributions that were cut short. I think he had, and I know, and got to know Fred as he got elected to the city council. And with the pandemic hitting, I got to know him through conversations on Zoom. So didn't get to meet him very much or talk much in person before he was taken away from us. But was able to learn and to know him as a person who is just deeply, simply good and decent person who cared about his community, about his neighborhood, about his neighbors, about his family, and those around us, and just wanted to make Monterey Park a better place for everyone. And for that, and for his contributions, and for the legacy that he continues to leave, and the influence he has had on me and on many of us in Monterey Park, happy to join everyone here today to dedicate the tree behind us, behind me, in his honor and in his name. And so thank you for again, to the Sornoso family for sharing him with us and his legacy with us and with the city and this community. It means a lot, and it means a lot that we're able to treasure him alongside you. Particularly today, believe it's his birthday, so appreciate you coming out to celebrate his birthday with us today again as well. So thank you so much, and I'll hand it off to Councilmember Henry Lowe as well.
Well, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Wong. You know, I had the honor and privilege to serve with Councilmember Fred Sornoso, along with former Councilmembers Hans Lang and Councilmember Peter Chan. And, you know, all of us remember when when I was sworn in with Fred in March of 2020, that was the beginning of the pandemic. And little did we know what was in store for us. But, you know, what I always remember is that, you know, we as a council stood united, and we did what we had to do to make sure that our community was safe, weather the pandemic and other challenges that lay before us. And I will share probably my own anecdotal recollections of Fred, and really, I think, speaks to the type of person he was. But I know our mayor mentioned the community cleanups, and one of the things that Fred always wanted to do was to make sure that he had someone go with him during those drive arounds, and especially those that were by Gar Ranch Park. He knew to call me and said, "So what are you doing?" And I said, "I guess I'm going with you." And so we meet up in his truck. And man, that was a sturdy little truck, but we would drive around the city, and you know, we'd see something, we just toss it into the back of that trunk. Be it a tire, chairs, discarded furniture, and by the way, it was interesting to see a lot of chairs were discarded during that time, you know, but I guess it's because maybe people needed more comfortable chairs because they were working from home. And I think they're too big, like a refrigerator, an oven. We didn't call, you know, the strong, sturdy people at our public works to pick it up. But that was something that, you know, Fred enjoy doing because, you know, when we think about our role as council members, of course, you know, we are elected to enact policy, but it's probably the everyday things that matter, such as picking up refuse, making sure our community stayed beautiful. And that was something that Fred really cared about. And I really am privileged that I had the opportunity, the honor to share, you know, these years serving as colleagues together. And, you know, as I was speaking with Fred's family who are here with us, his sister, I thought said something very beautiful and very poignant and touching, was that while we were chatting, a butterfly flew by. And his sister, who was here, said, "Hey, that's Fred. I think he's here." And, you know, I'd like to think, yes, It is Fred. His presence is here. He's celebrating with us because it is his birthday, but also to celebrate the community he loves. And so, Fred, today this is for you. Today we are celebrating you. We love you, and we thank you for your dedication to the community of Monterey Park. Thank you. Let's see. And any other colleagues? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, then I'll give it back to Robert, the purveyor of happiness for our Parks and Rec department.
So I know Mia she wanted to sing the national anthem, but I'm going to see if I can get her up here to help sing Happy Birthday. Since it is Fred's birthday, let's see if she'll lead us in singing Happy Birthday. Can you get started?
Yeah. You want to turn it around?
All you got to do is say it's happy, and then we'll get going. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay.
She changed her mind.
Do we sing? Okay, we're going to pretend. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Fred. Happy birthday to you. Now, if I can get the family, we'll go ahead and unveil the plaque. So if family wants to join us up in front of the plaque.
You're just going to lift it, and that'll be the flag. Then we'll get a photo of the family.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure everyone.
Look at these. Look at
There we go. Guys, zoom in.
In closing, I wanted to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and thank the Sornoso family for coming out as well. As you can see, the plaque is here. Make sure that you not only take a picture, but every time you come out to Bella Vista, that you come out here and celebrate Fred for all that he did for his community. I also wanted to recognize our treasurer, Amy Lee, who's here. I forgot to mention her earlier. Do you want to say a few words or anything?
Thank you, everyone, for coming out here. Just wanted to say a few words and echo the sentiments of everyone else. Fred was not just a real good civil servant, but he's also, most importantly, a good neighbor. And I hope that inspires all of us to do better and be better every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much again, and have a good evening. Thank you so much. And I'll hand this back to Robert.
I do want to invite everyone out September the 14th at Barnes Park, kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month. We are having our second Friendly Fred Walk. So that'll be at Barnes Park along with the farmer's market, so you can get some snacks, some drinks, walk around the park, get to know your neighbors, get to speak with some of the council members and elected officials, and celebrate Fred another time. And that'll kick off Hispanic Heritage Month. And we will also have a mariachi that will be playing that day as well at the farmer's market. So come out September 14th at Barnes Park at 5:30. So see you there. Bye.